typical software engineer and a typical trainer and a career guidance counselor. Okay, so I'm guiding the students and professionals towards technology. Like if you're looking for any career, you can contact me anytime. I'm ready to help you on this. Okay, let's move on to the question. The question number 1 is, what is DevOps? So developer operation. So that's the overall DevOps. So it got here's the plan. So I got the plan. So I got the code which I built it, I tested it, and it is going for release and deployment. And there is an operation and monitoring. Everything comes into the one area called developer operations. Okay, so that's called as DevOps. So if you are looking for any DevOps training, you can contact me anytime at this particular number. We are ready to help you via online or offline. You can come to my office and you can learn it from us. Here is DevOps. So DevOps is nothing but a kind of a collaboration between the development and operations team. Okay, so operations team in the sense you are able to see the development is happening and you are able to see it here. Here is the picture I want to show you. You will be having a development and a QA testing areas and operations. So integrated into a common area called DevOps. So it's used to speed the deliver the applications and the services. That's why your DevOps is real great. Well, you may ask me a question, what is the difference between Agile and DevOps? And what is the difference? Agile is related to your development, the standard or the a logic behind developing a product. You got the Agile methodology. Whereas DevOps, it's an integration of development, release, and production support. Everything, development, testing, and operations, everything. It's a whole package. They call it as DevOps. Okay. Here is the definition I want to show you. Over here, I got the customer who needs the software requirement, and I got the developer and tester who will be developing it, and the operation and IT infrastructure, they will maintain it. There is a gap between these areas. So to overcome this gap, we need someone to identify an integrated technology. They call it as DevOps. So this is how your DevOps got emerged. So here is the difference between Agile and Waterfall. So in Agile methodology, it's a kind of a continuous cycle. Continuous cycle in the sense, see, I got 10 requirements. I got a login page I want, I got an inbox page I want, I got a sent item, I got 10 requirements. In that case, if my login page is ready, develop it, test it, integrate it, and release it. And once again, inbox is created. It's a continuous process. It's a continuous process for each and every module or every functionality or every feature. You are able to have a continuous cycles. Over here, there is a sequential and linear stages. So I got 5 modules. Set the requirements, design the pages, implement it, test it, and release it. If you got another 1 module, yes, you can add it here. You should follow a sequential process, but this guy is different. It's got a continuous process. So nowadays, Agile methodology is becoming real famous when compared to the software development cycle, which is a traditional model. Okay, so here small, high functioning collaborative teams will be there, upfront planning and in-depth documentations. Multiple methodologies will be there, and contract negotiation will be here. Flexible and continuous evolution, best for simple unchanging projects. Over here, the customer involvement will be there, and over here, there is a closed project. So if you get the requirements, we'll finish it. Please wait. We'll do these things. I'll show to you. Yes, this is how your SDLC and waterfall model will be there. So here is the one. So I got the development started. Development, release it. If there is an acceptance, yes, deploy to the customer, no, change it, and once again release it. It's a kind of minor releases, integration of minor releases. They consider as Agile methodology. So here is the difference between the Agile versus DevOps. What is it? It's an iterative approach which focuses on collaboration, customer feedback, and small rapid releases. Over here is bringing development and operations team together. It will manage the complex projects, and this is end-to-end engineering process. Because if it is real complex, you can't do it as it is, right? Okay, you have to do it in small releases. That's why Agile methodology comes to the picture. It focuses on constant changes. If there is some changes happening, yes, it can be done. Over here, it's a constant testing, and delivery will be the focusing point. And here the implementation is it's like a sprint, a safe, and scrum are some of the frameworks they are using. They doesn't have any commonly accepted frameworks. There are a lot of things are there. Okay, over here, a team skill sets, training all team is really important. We'll be dividing it and train them in a specific area. If it's a continuous testing, train them. Continuous integration, train them. Continuous development, train them. So this is how they'll be dividing the team and train the people based on their execute their operations, they are involving in the project. So team size, you can have a small team. Over here you need a larger team because everyone will be doing a lot of aspects and different things. Over here like a duration is less than 1 month is for each sprint. Over here like a daily or every few hours you will be having a deliver code to the production. Okay, over here feedback is given by the customer, comes from the internal team itself. Over here it's a software development, it's an end-to-end business solution. Try to understand it's a business solution. Okay, over here it's a leverage shift left will be there, your shifts left and right will be there. So you can have the shifts in both sides. The quality, Agile produces better applications. Over here is better quality. The reason is like along with automation, early bug removals contribute to creating better quality. So tools are Jira, and you got Bugzilla, Kanban are some of the popular tools. Here Puppet, Chef, TeamCity, OpenStack and AWS are really popular in the DevOps frameworks. And over here is difficult to match with every time because we will be having minor releases, right? So it's really tough. Over here you got a streamlined work. Yes, this is the work, I'll be doing this work. Okay, so what is the advantage? Is a shorter development cycle. Here we got a huge development cycle but perfect. That's why like DevOps supports Agile release cycle too. You may ask me the question like what are the main benefits of DevOps? What could be DevOps? Like it's a complete end-to-end solution, right? Obviously like you got reliability, quality, maintainability, faster releases, increased innovations, improved scalability and increased productivity. The reason is like you got continuous monitoring too. That's why like these are the major benefits of DevOps, and here is the technical benefits, your cultural benefits and business benefits. Just check it out. Let's talk about the continuous delivery versus continuous deployment. What is the difference between these two? Okay, I got a picture here, I got a clear picture over here. You can see it here. I developed the product, tested the product and integrated with everything, acceptance test, check for the acceptance test. Yes. And afterwards you have to trigger for production. You have to accept it and you have to make it to release it. That's your production. That's continuous delivery. If it is continuous deployment, yes, production is manual, so automated. So like once if it is done, yes, push it, it will automatically do it. They'll be having like there are a lot of operations like a cron jobs or something like that which will take care of deploying the product, like deploying the files and everything over there. At 12 o'clock I want this file to be integrated, I want this job should run, everything is this one continuous deployment. Continuous delivery is like at 12 o'clock stay here and deploy the project. Okay, that's your continuous delivery. Once if you are in maintenance, you're able to understand the exact functionality like how it works. So here is the one, it ensures safely deployed. Over here is automated test is deployed. So ensure business application services functions are expected, make software development release very faster. Rigorous automated testing will be there. Develop the culture of monitoring. Okay, so each and every step I checked everything. So obviously while releasing it, there won't be any problem. Okay, that's how your continuous deployment will be. So what is the need for DevOps? That's the biggest question. So why you need this one? The simple answer is like it provides an end-to-end business solution. That's why like everyone prefers DevOps. So improve deployment frequency, like because I want to release some 10 deployments every day. In that case you can't go for a manual deployment. The reason is like manually we have to do it. While doing manually there will be a lot of problems will be there. You made a mistake in deployment, so it's advisable to have a automated deployment which is advisable and which is given by DevOps. And you can ask me like whether it's giving some manual deployment. Yes, it's done. Okay, let's move on to the need for DevOps. So it's a predictability. You are able to predict like a lower failure rate. Reproducibility, you are able to like reproduce the things, like restore anytime. You can able to restore anything. Maintain, you are able to maintain the new releases, crashing, disabling everything. Time to market, at what time you want it, I can do it for you. Great quality, it's of improved quality performance. The reason is like at each and every stage I'll be monitoring and will be resolving the issues. And in turn, like a reduced risk, resiliency, cost efficiency, breaks larger codes into small pieces. That's all some of the basic benefits of DevOps. You may ask me a question like what kind of company you are running? So my company Kashiv Infotech, we are conducting lots of in-plant training and internship for the people. So if you are degree studying people, completed people, or like a job seeking people, a career change, you are doing a career change, you can contact me at any time. I'm ready to help you. So like we are ready to help you with the courses also. We are conducting lots of courses. Here is the number. You can contact me at any time. I'm the trainer. Here is the next question. What are the top developer tools, DevOps tools available? So here are some of the pictures. Let's see. The first one is Git for version control. Like I want to have a version control of the project. Like see, things like today I released a file. Tomorrow I'm going to release a file. The same file I change it and I'm releasing it. Oh, I want the previous file. Yes, you can take it via the version control system, that's Git. And Jenkins is a continuous integration tool. So to integrate the projects and code, you'll be having Jenkins, and to test the product, you got Selenium, and for configuration management, like you got your web config file, to which database I want to connect or something like that, you will be using this Puppet for configuration management and deployment tools. And apart from this, like Chef for configuration management deployment tools once again, Ansible once again for configuration management, Nagios for monitoring. So whether my product is good or not, is there any bug? Yes, I can monitor via this tool Nagios. And finally Docker for containerization, integrating the like everything into a common place. So it's called containerization Docker. What is the role of DevOps? So AWS in DevOps, like Amazon Web Service. It's Amazon Web Service, nothing but it's a biggest container which got all the tools. You are able to access it by logging into AWS framework. So let's see like what is what it provides. So it doesn't enable to rapidly reliably build and deliver the products using AWS and DevOps practices. So deploying application code and automating software releases are major things it's happening. You're able to see Amazon S3, Amazon System Managers, and the cloud formation is there. These are the endpoints. And over here you're able to see the entire AWS cloud, which will take care of for developing the product and end-to-end solution. Straightforward answer. So here is the DevOps stack on AWS. For coding, you got code commit and everything. For building and testing, code pipeline, code deployment, cloud formation, and cloud watch. So everything is integrated in AWS, and here is the AWS advantages. You may ask me a question, what are the key elements of continuous testing tools? What are the key elements? It's real simple. See, the basic concept is like, I want the code. I want to maintain the code via the version control and everything. Let's see like what are the things I want for the continuous testing. The first is risk assessment. What is the risk available, like considering there is a release happening. So before the release, like I'm going to test the product because of this new feature, whether the existing feature will affect or not. Okay, so risk assessment you need to do. Policy analysis, whether I'm following the process. Recommend traceability. If client had given this requirement, whether it's satisfied or not, everything I need to test it. Okay, so these are some of the important features. And advanced analysis like automation area, static code analysis, impact analysis, scope assessment, everything you need to do. Test optimization, how I can do my testing in an optimizing manner. And finally service virtualization, a real world testing environment. See, actually like I got a server. So instead of deploying a server, I got a test server. This is called the production server, and you got the test server. So deploy the products in the test server and test it out like whether it's perfect or not. And afterwards you can go with like producing the real servers. What is the difference between asset management and configuration management? So what is this one? So here is the one. Asset management will have the data and everything, the barcodes and describable asset data, business process, everything. Configuration management will have the service relationships, service definers, ITSM process and everything. So everything is integrated into a common place. So what is asset management? Data, simple data. Configuration management, to which data I need to connect and grab the data. That's given by the configuration management. Okay, so here is the one concerned with finances, operations. Scope is everything to own, it's everything to deploy. Interface to purchasing and releasing, it's ITIL process. Maintain data for taxes, over here for troubleshooting. Lifecycle purchase to disposal, disposal to requirement. Only incidental relationships, it's all operational relationships. That's the difference. Here is the URL, like you got thousands of questions about DevOps, interview questions over this URL. Check it out. And here is my like YouTube channel. So I'm giving lots and lots of technology and thousands of videos in this YouTube channel. You can check it out. Here is the next question. What are the core operations of DevOps in terms of deployment, development, and infrastructure? I developed the code covered everything, test the product, package it, and deploy it. So these are the core operations in terms of development and infrastructure. So for the core operation for application development is this one, with infrastructure is these things. Check it out. What is a Git stash? What is it? Okay, so the thing is like I develop the product, I change the functionality. After developing the product and change the functionality, like I don't want to save it, I want to do some other work. I don't want to save it, but I want to come back to the old work. Yes, it's possible via the concept called Git stash. So the developer is there and is working in a functionality. This is the current branch of the Git, okay, and want to switch another branch to work on something else, but you don't want to commit changes to your unfinished work. So I'll be using this git stash command. It takes a modified track file and saved it on a stack unfinished changes that you can re-upload at any time. So this is called git stash. So here is the functionality I have given, and here's the command git stash to see the list of stash, git stash list to get back to the stash files in current working directory, and here is the implementation concepts. Explain the concepts of branching in Git. So here is the branching. So I want to create a new branch. Yes, you can create a new branch and you can work with the code. Okay, that's they call it as a branching. Say I got the code, here is the code the developer is building. Okay, so I'm trying to build an application. I want to create a new feature. In that case, I'll create a new branch and build the feature on the branch. Yes, this is the master. So this is the master branch. I got a new feature, I'm trying to create it. Okay, this is the new feature I've created. This is how I'm able to build and branching in Git. What is the difference between git merge and git rebase? Here's the one. So git merge unifies the work done in two branches. It's a replay commits one by one on top of a branch. So you are able to see it's it's almost like every branch is getting committed here. Over here I got a consolidation and finish it here. That unifies, that's the keyword, and this is one by one. Here is the difference, git merge. So git checkout feature, git merge master or git merge master feature is a command used for this git merge. So I'm trying to show you here, this is a master branch. I'm trying to have a master branch, and this is a sub branch or new feature, and automatically like what I'm trying to do is like these new features are unified and it's going to merge it over there. You're able to see it's trying to merge here. That's how this is called git merge. And in case of like a git rebase in the sense, so do the changes, come back here, do the changes, what are the changes it's done, come back, merge it to the master branch. That's how your git rebase will be. And here's the command git reach out feature and git rebase master. So this is the this is called git rebase. Here is the one. This is called git rebase. You're able to see it here, it's modified. Now let's move on to the difference, actual difference over here I given. So check the differences here. What is Git? Sir, you told about Git rebase and everything. What is Git? Git is nothing but a version concept. So it's used for version management. See, I got a file. I got 10 lines of code. I merged it. I'm having it. Tomorrow, like for new feature, I have added 15 lines of code. So 10 lines became 15 lines now. Additionally, 5 lines are added. In that case, yes, I want the 10 lines of code. Is it possible to take it from your Windows? No. So in the case, I got a version management system called Git. You put it there. Whenever you want, you can get the previous version of files. They called it as Git. And for working directory, adding Git, it's in staging area. Git commit will have local repository. Git push, it's a remote repository. Okay, I want to fetch it, git pull, you are able to fetch it from here. Git checkout, you are able to get it here. And if you want to merge with the things, git merge will be used. So this is the natural functionality of Git, and this is nothing but a distributed version control system. See, Venkat is there. I'm sitting here, and there is a person like a Khrushchev. He's in a different place. Like there is a common file. Yes, this guy can put it, and he can fetch a checkout, and he can change the modification. He can do it. If considering Venkat is there, hey, I want my changes, man. Yes, you can extract it. It's not like they will maintain all the versions of the files. That's done by your Git management, and it's a kind of a distributed version management. Sir, I've committed. I want to revert a commit that I haven't already pushed. So yeah, over here you're able to see it's already pushed. I want to revert the commit. I don't want the change. Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. So it's possible via the commands. So there are two things for the git commit -m commit message. This is one area to remove or fix the bad file in a new commit and push into the remote repository. Git revert name of the bad commit. Create a new commit that undoes all changes. So these are two important things. That's nothing but your git reverting back. So this is one command, like a git commit -m first commit. So that's the one I given. You may ask me a question like what company I'm running. So I'm conducting lots of trainings for the people and also courses for the people. You can contact me at any time. Let's talk about a very important area called the continuous integration. Continuous integration At each and every stage, I'm trying to integrate with the existing modules. They call it as continuous integration, and there are some tools which is used for continuous integration, which I told you before. Okay, so like your Puppets is taking care of continuous integrations and everything. Okay, so continuous integration in the sense it's for requires developers to integrate code. You are able to check in changes over here, fetch the changes, build it, test it if it is fail or succeed. So notify the success or failure message to the developers, and everything is we are trying to integrate everything. They call it as continuous integration. Okay, so like you are able to see develop like here is the procedure of this particular thing. Check it out. So what are the success factors for continuous integration? That's the next question. What are the success factors? Obviously, like while doing this continuous integration, you are able to see the minor problems in the initial stage itself. Very simple. So maintain a code repository, automate the build self-testing, and these are some of the features. Testing a clone of the production environment. Every commit should be built. Keep the build fast. Everyone can see the result of the latest builds, and automate the deployment. What is continuous testing? At each and every stage, I will test the products. Simple. Okay, so continuous testing. So over here, like I got my data, so I'm trying to integrate with the continuous integration. So after integration testing, system testing, regression testing, UAT, and release it. Or if you don't want to release it, until UAT. What is UAT? Is user acceptance testing. The client will check it out whether the functionality is integrated. So this is referred to as continuous testing. So this is one module. One guy is integrating, it is done. One module, another guy is integrating, it is done. So continuous integration is followed by continuous testing. So here is the details about this one. So it will give automatic feedbacks to the development teams to get the feedback fast and resolve the issues, so that the speeds up the developer workflow. They call it as continuous testing. Now we'll move on to the next question, as what is automation testing? Automation testing in the sense, in testing there are two major areas they are working on. One is manual testing, the other one is automation testing. Manual testing in the sense the guy will be there and will be testing the product based on the requirement, read the requirement, create the test case, and run it and execute it. That's your manual testing. If it is in the automation testing, I will take care of automate all the process. So come here and check it out. Everything will be done via, there are some specific tools like Mercury, QTP, Quality Test Professional, and Selenium. In DevOps, Selenium is one of the major areas they are using. So I got the automate testing. So write in test script, the code is there, write in test scripts, automate the integration testing, wait, write acceptance test script, run it, automate the acceptance testing, wait, write performance testing, automate the performance testing. Everywhere it's a wait time. It impacts the performance and delays of the feedback. Over here, write all the test scripts, integrate the code, build it, automate the integration testing, automate the acceptance testing, automate the performance testing, everything. So you are able to see, write here, write here, one right here, write everything, do it everything. That's how your continuous testing will be. And here is the automation testing. So automation testing and continuous difference. So automation testing is used in this way. So like create the scripts and develop, release it, and the automation will be actuator. Okay, that's your automation testing, and there is no manual intervention. What do you mean by version control? I told you before about the version control. Version control in the sense, here is the file. I got the file. So here is there is a guy B, okay, there is a guy A, okay. So here is the file. I got the data. I'm Venkat, I'm A guy. Like what he is doing, he took the code, modified the changes, fit it here. Okay, so this is the change, it's happened. This is the change, it happened. Okay, now there is a guy B and he want to do some changes in the same file. So take the change of this file. Oh, sorry. So take the change of this file, and I modified everything, and this is a file, and this is a file. A is coming, hey, I want the changes. Yes, you can take it. B is coming, hey, I want the changes. Yes, You can take it. This is done by the concept called version controller. And Git is one of the like a distributed version controller which is really damn good and famous in the current trend. Okay, so this is called a version controller, and here is the definitions of everything. So revert files, revert the entire project, compare changes over time, last modified something, and who introduced an issue, everything we are able to get it. How to create a backup and copy files in Jenkins. Okay, so here is the one for backup. Jenkins is used to like create backups, and everything is maintained by the guy called the Jenkins tool. So slide a job from one installation of Jenkins to another by copying the related job directories. Make a copy of an already existing job by making a clone of the job directory, and renaming an existing job by renaming a directory. So these are some of the steps used. What is DevOps lifecycle? I need to develop it, test it, maintain it, operation. So everything comes into the concept called DevOps lifecycle. So you'll be having developing the product, test the product, deploy the product, monitor the product, give the feedback, based on the development will go on. So it's called as DevOps lifecycle. So development, the product will be developed, the development will have plan, code and building, and afterwards the product will be tested using the testing Selenium tools, and integration, so the code will be integrated, and finally it will be going for deployment. And after deploying, you'll be having the monitoring, like Nagios is one of the tool I told you, so used for monitoring. So that's how your DevOps lifecycle will be. Here is the question, like how to launch a web browser using WebDriver. So like these are the commands used to like this is the syntax used to launch the browsers. Here is the one for Firefox, for Chrome driver, and for Internet Explorer, and finally for a Safari driver. What are containers? It's a 24th question. What are containers? So containers consist of the entire runtime. You are able to see bins and libraries, everything is there in a common place called a place where I can put all the exes and libraries and everything. They call it as containers. Okay, so once if I click the exe, it will have all the libraries, pictures, or resources and everything. Yes, the application is running. A container consists of entire runtime environments, an application plus all its dependencies, libraries and everything into a common package. They call it as like containers. What is Chef? To prepare food? Yes. So Chef is a powerful automation platform that transforms the infrastructure into code. See, I got this server, I got the node client and over the client. Okay, you got the Chef server. It's a central store for your repository. You will store all the data. Okay, and Chef client runs on the node retrieving configuration information from the Chef server. Okay, so the client is there, and client is there, like he'll be having like a Chef workstation. A Chef workstation is simply a computer with a local Chef repository and properly configured knife. A knife is used to communicate with the nodes using secure socket layer, and the node will be getting the configuration information, and this guy will be taking care of like interacting. So system managed by Chef and all our nodes, and this is how the functionality. And this guy client system admin is using knife to upload configuration changes to the Chef server. So this is how the overall functionality will be. And here's the one, you got Node.js, Java client and everything is your node client, and your admin workstation here, knife and everything, and Chef service here. Okay, so here is the step. So the client will be uploading the cookbooks here. Okay, cloud provisioning request will be, and configuration management will be sent here, and while configuring like and converts the nodes and everything is happening here. This is how your Chef will be. And what is Puppet in the case? You got a Puppet slave and a Puppet master. What is it? So let's see it. Request for the master certificate, and this guy will be sending the master certificate. Request for the slave certificate, and send the slave certificate here. Request for data, sending the data. This is how the Puppet server like will be working with the master and slave networks. Now let's see like what is Puppet. It's a configuration management tool used to automate the administration task. You got a master slave environment, and this is working in this manner. Explain the continuous monitoring system. I told you the tool, right? Nagios is one of the major tools they are using on monitoring the things. So I'll be monitoring whether the functionality is good after the deployment, development and deployment. That's called, and it is done continuously using some specialized tools called Nagios. And that's the end of my session. Like, thanks for watching this video. Like, our company, we're conducting lots of trainings for the people, and you can contact me at any time. And if you're looking for DevOps questions and training, you can contact me at this particular number. And apart from that, thanks for watching this video. We got thousands of videos in this channel, so subscribe to our channel and watch this one. And finally, thank you. This is Venkat signing out. Hope you are getting the best videos from us, and you'll be looking more videos. Thank you.